John, hold on. Fanatics is taking over.
Ah!
Welcome back to another episode of Ugly Thirds. Today's topic is Fanatics Year in Review, one of our deep dives. Gentlemen, are you back with us?
What goes through your head just suddenly, without warning? Phil goes 5, 4, 3, 2 points. John, Fanatics has got what? How bad is it that I followed you?
I was told. See, that's the problem. That's where I lost most of my friends. That's where I lost most of my friends growing up, because I would do things like that. Like, I have terrible impulse control. I would do things like that, and they would follow along, and their parents would be like, "Oh no, not this kid. You are not friends with him anymore." Look it, nobody's telling you two what to do, you suckers. Welcome aboard. There was a period about a calendar year ago where the sky was falling in the Jersey community.
Yeah.
And we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into, because we were fresh into the cost of something like this being astronomical. And we lost the dimples. We lost
the dimples!
The dimples. They were doing away with the dimples. We're going based off of Fanatics breakaway experiences and what possibly could Fanatics be. And here we are a calendar year later, and we're doing okay.
We're doing okay. I mean, our most watched video is still when Phil and I went off to Dick's Sporting Goods and threw on some jerseys the day the switch happened. And I think that speaks to how much fear there was of what are these jerseys actually going to be? Will they fit? How different are they?
Well, and you got to get some context, because Fanatics was just still in the middle of their issue with making the Nike MLB jerseys and the issues of all those, and so there was a lot of...
Good point. Very good point.
Yeah, because the on-field product was trash and wasn't very different from the retail product that, like, players were complaining about heat-pressed patches and it just feeling cheap. And, of course, all the see-through issues.
Yeah.
Much bigger problem in baseball than hockey with equipment. But.
It was a PR nightmare heading into a situation where they certainly didn't need one.
Well, and Fanatics insisted that they were doing what Nike told them to do, and Nike was blaming Fanatics, so we didn't know what to expect.
Right. What we did know is that they were going to play it safe. So, basically, what you saw with Adidas, you were going to get with Fanatics. And that's pretty much held true. Again, the dimples, they're gone. Which, I loved the dimples for the fact that it separated, like, the defined dimples that we see at the game worn. You knew the real jerseys from the middle tier jerseys, because the dimples weren't as pronounced.
I was never a big... I thought it was kind of silly. It's a little extra thick than it had. I mean, I guess it's some built-in padding, but when you're doing it on a retail side, you don't need that.
Yeah.
My thing was, it was like the dimples weren't necessarily the cause of this, but just how short these shoulder things became under Adidas. They used to be much bigger in the CCM. I mean, it's still here. That's a huge difference for where that goes. And even then, it's got this stitch across, shows just how pointless this trapezoid I don't know what it is. It's curved, so this shape is vestigial, really. So I was never a fan of that. And then, of course, the fit of Adidas has been awful. So I was not sad to see Adidas go. Everyone pegged me as a Fanatics apologist, and I just didn't like Adidas.
Adidas, coming off of the, what did they call them? The Indo Edge from Reebok. It felt like with Reebok, you were paying, if you were paying full retail for them, it felt like you were paying $129 for a blank glorified t-shirt. Like,
they were very light.
They didn't, and rightfully so, like, that's what we were trying to do. That was the age we were in. You got back into Adidas and you felt like you were wearing a hockey sweater again.
It was much thicker, a lot more stitch things. Yep. Yeah.
With that came some wonkiness. the sizing inconsistencies were maybe one of the biggest faults of Adidas.
All over the place. The number of jerseys of this team fits, this team doesn't. Home fits, road doesn't. Kind of nonsense.
Which is that is quality control through and through.
And at those prices, that's unacceptable.
Oh, very unacceptable.
That's a big part of it.
The other thing for me was the dress effect of them.
Yeah.
They didn't look like a hockey sweater. Like, it looked like a dress.
Yeah,
everything looked like a woman's jersey. Sure, yeah. So we came in here expecting some minor tweaks, and they tweaked it for the better. I feel like Fanatics played it very safe. They didn't take big chances, and things are okay.
Yeah. I mean, and again, I mean, with everyone saying it's going to be out of the same factories and the same things, I was never that concerned. My concern was, I guess I should have grabbed like my one Mitchell and Ness, new Mitchell and Ness, where it's all heat pressed garbage. It's a Bruins. I got a Willie O'Reilly for cheap, and it's just heat pressed with a single stitch around and just awful. And I was really, really, as long as that never becomes the norm, even at this level, happy.
Yeah.
People. Fanatics. I have never been someone who has been searching for the authentics because usually they're way more expensive. You talk about like the CCM pro player starter, they're not that different.
No.
You get an extra layer on the elbows. Your shoulders would get an extra layer. You get a fight strap, and I really couldn't tell you what the other differences were between the authentic and the retail. And so I never bothered. Usually, and with how many fakes are among the authentics versus fakes among the retail, it wasn't worth that minefield to me. So the Fanatics Adidas era is the first I ever cared about authentic versus retail.
And I'm going to piggyback off that point. When Reebok took over, you couldn't get your hands on an authentic Reebok jersey.
Two?
They existed, but they weren't made as widely available as they are today. And maybe that's for the best, because if we're going at retail, a Fanatics Authentic Premium, which you have right here, which you won, you didn't pay for, you won this. This is going to go for retail north of $400.
It's $450, I think.
Well, no, it's probably close to $5 with inflation.
Probably. 600 Canadian. I remember seeing that. $600 for a hockey jersey, and they're like, oh, it's C80.
Yeah. So it's like, what, $25?
Something
American?
like that.
So the thought process here is that in the Adidas/Fanatics era, you should be able to tell the difference between an ultra premium jersey and for this one, Fanatics Authentic Premium. In Adidas, it was the Made in Canada's. Like, you should be able to tell the difference between the two. I feel like, where's your little guy here? I feel like you have got to be kidding me. I am making a point over here and you're watching Disney intros? Are you serious? I feel like
I've brought enough for the class.
Where Adidas is starting to stand out is their ability to make this raised crest or this raised experience on the logos here. And we'll get into that a little bit more in a moment here. This is where they're starting to separate themselves a little bit. And you can tell the difference between the Authentic Premium and your Authentic Pro and your Premium. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah, no, and that Adidas' best thing they've done is how they their crest treatments. Their crest, from felt to all the other things, like that is where they separate themselves. That's the best thing of the Adidas era. That said, like in the Fanatics, like I didn't mind this so much because I've watched how many Reebok things peel and fade away with no way to save them. I mean, look, oh my God, that's getting worse and worse. Phil, zoom in on that. Holy crow.
Holy crow.
It's a family show, Phil.
Yeah, I can't say the things I want to say. Look at that. That's not just the light reflecting. It's just disappearing.
But like that cheap
This
vinyl...
is not going to disappear.
No,
Neither
it's
is
not.
this. It's a different way to print it. It feels very encased. You get the little things that are stitched on, and some jerseys are better than others. I don't mind this because I sat through this.
Yeah.
I paid too much money for this, and so this doesn't bother me. I know it's not as good as this. Then that's fine. And certain times I want this, and certain times I don't. I don't care, rather.
True.
So,
but the crazy thing is, like, if you are patient and you don't mind who's on the back, you can find a premium jersey on sale for a player who switches or gets traded or switches numbers for $110, $120, and you're getting a pretty good deal. Like, without wearing what the players wear on ice, if that doesn't bother you, like, $120 for this, that's not bad.
The switch over has been good. There's been nothing to write home about other than the lack of dimples. And again, I'm not sad about it. Oh, this is a different kind of shiny. Oh well, now having one of these gamers, there are differences. The fabric's way different. It's more like the CCM minor league jerseys that feel scratchy to me.
Yeah,
maybe a little thicker. There is definitely a difference in the types of fabric, but 99% of people don't care.
No, and 99% of people aren't going to buy this.
No.
Unless you are a true collector or you getting somebody a very nice gift. The middle tier, the premium level, is fine.
They had no need to release these. They're just like, people really want that authentic. There was even that lawsuit that failed of, this isn't what the players wear. We want to buy what the players wear. And the Fanatics just kind of said, why not?
All right, you want to buy what the players wear? Go ahead.
This is it.
$450.
So, but like all of the things of, oh God, it's going to be terrible, have not come to pass yet.
No, I haven't seen too many sizing things. I know the concern was, Fanatics is such a big corporation now. They're involved in everything. They're gonna phone this one in because they're not going to be focused too much because they have business elsewhere, and I get that. But they did okay.
And the quality control of, this name, you get the nameplate, it's on upside down, or things are falling off when you get it. I've also never heard someone not get theirs replaced. There are issues, like we deal with, you had, reverse retros, and royal retros. And they sent you some things that had issues, and they're fixing it. Yeah,
they are. Yeah.
You can go to anyone and look, as long as they fix it, I don't care. Yeah. It's not inconvenient, but
things happen.
Right?
But going back to what you said earlier and the issues that Phil highlighted, like Adidas sizing was a nightmare,
and they did never fix that. There was no recourse.
At the beginning, remember my Ducks one.
But
that is Fanatics though.
Oh.
So, but that's still technically the Adidas manufacturing. But it was home and Hawaii were different sizes.
What's going to be? But it was Fanatics underneath the Adidas umbrella, right?
Yeah.
No, the breakaway.
No, that Adidas, because Ducks rebranded this past year.
It was a Fanatics premium. It was this mid tier, same time as the Kings one came out.
Interesting.
But it's still made by the nothing's changed for.
It's the SP factory in Ontario.
Yeah.
What am I thinking? Ontario? Something happened too.
There was bad sizes last year too, of course. Yeah. But the Ducks one I took back, and it came back and it still didn't fit, but it fit differently than the one that I sent them. So 3 different sizes.
And then you get some of these things that they've been doing. And look, if Fanatics will switch over, because there's no dress effect here.
Nope.
It's straight up, and if they switch to, which I have not heard anyone saying they're doing that yet, I am waiting and waiting, and once they do that, I think we're back, and hockey jerseys are good. Like, we're on solid ground.
What they did here was truly incredible.
Next level stuff. We'll get a quick zoom for the 3 people who don't know what happened here.
And these things pop back in stock in very short quantities, and they're gone like that.
Rightfully so.
These jerseys were gorgeous.
Well, that's one of the ones I'm glad I bought.
But again, like the texture and 3D component to all of this, it's cool.
And even the designs that have come out have been good. Like, we're not saying Fanatics put it, like Reebok went with all these future ones. Adidas was nothing but yawns and throwbacks.
Yeah.
And then you have these so far.
Now, I don't feel like all of this said, I don't feel like we're seeing what Fanatics is just yet.
Mm-mm.
Because we're too new to this whole thing. my understanding from internet rumors that Fanatics is going to start doing their own thing, their own templates, 2 years from now. I think
2 years from now, so year 3 of their...
I think it was 27 is when they're going to start doing their own templates and making what Fanatics hockey is going to be going forward. Not just an extension of Adidas, but Fanatics. The Fanatics experience.
If it's based on the Four Nations, I'm happy.
If we're trending in that direction, I think things are going to be good.
I feel like it's such a long time. I mean, there's contracts 10 years.
Yeah. And they'll get 7 years of what Fanatics is trying to...
And maybe they're hoping that they get the extensions based on they did it right, no hiccups.
Sure. Adidas was a decade, right?
I could see them just slowly just start doing their own template. Like, there's still this jersey doesn't change, but the template, the structure, and just slowly just...
No, they'll probably give it some special name and roll it out and give everyone a reason to buy a new one in each of them, because that seems to be what happens. But
what's good though is if you want a cheap jersey for the upcoming season, for let's say like the Caps, the Adidas one doesn't look any different than the Fanatics one.
But they had to clear them out because of that logo on the back.
So now's a great time to pick up the Adidas jersey that are still kicking out there if you want something cheap.
But they still haven't dropped, like, hopefully the prices drop soon on those. But, like, all year we expected them to be like...
push is going to come to shove here soon. Like, we're running out of... I imagine the time frame in which Adidas is going to be sold on the Fanatics website. So
right.
Favorite branding from your collecting history, now that we're talking about Fanatics in the next 9 years.
You mean like thing happening now, or are you thinking like all time?
All time for you. Your favorite.
Jeez. Put me on the spot, why don't you? I mean, like, Pro Player and how thick all that stuff is phenomenal, but I don't know. You go first. I'm not even sure what vein you're talking about.
That's mine. Pro Player through and through. And, you know, in this next couple years, I'm not going to, you know, make any assumptions here. This is going to be good, but for me, my money, if I'm spending $200, I'm going to go try and find a couple of Pro Players. The
best is when Reebok in the minor leagues, post-Edge contract ending, they cleaned up their act. The patches are closer to these patches and not the Rubbleway ones.
Oh, interesting.
And the fabric is great, and I think Reebok fits me the best. I don't know why, but like I love the cut of it.
I was told this morning when I came over in a Reebok jersey, my wife's like, "That thing fits you beautifully." I'm like, "Yeah, it does. It's a T-shirt essentially, but it's not too big. It's very slimming and flattering."
Yeah, I like those.
I don't really equate slimming and flattering to hockey jerseys, to be honest with you. But for me, my money goes to Pro Player. Phil, do you have a favorite?
I mean, I started my collections kind of later compared to you two. I like Pro Player, the thickness, but the collars bother me because a lot of those collars can get a little tight. Reebok fits me pretty well. But some of like those 4 Stadium Series ones, not 4 Stadium Series, the 4 Nations.
Yeah.
Those fit me pretty well. But I've been all over the place. I also like the CCM at one point, but like the new CCM.
Yeah, they're not great.
Yeah, they're inconsistent. It's not what they used to be in the 90s, so.
I'd be curious once we get a Under Armour one, what it's like.
When we get an Under Armour?
When Phil buys one and we do a video about it? Newfoundland.
I mean, how many new jerseys are coming out this year? Lots. Yes, it's going to be expensive.
Get going.
A lot of tutoring.
We are fully rambling at this point.
I think, to wrap this whole thing up, I think the sky is not falling. I think things are status quo for now. When we get into what Fanatics wants to be for the remainder of their contract, we'll have to come back and revisit and see if they got the templates right and things like that. Because you are a stickler for like the design element of all of this. If somebody messes with your hemline, you're going after their.
I didn't buy any Reebok while they had the contract. Not a one. I boycotted.
All secondhand.
All secondhand. After the fact.
Yeah. I can't wait for a year from now. We clip him saying, "I'm not scared the sky's falling." little box above him, and he'll be like, "What was I thinking?" and just losing his mind.
Let's hope. I mean, for now things are pretty okay. It's gonna be a little. we're looking at things and being like, I think it's gonna be okay, guys. What is wrong with us? Who are we? Phil, who are we?
Phil, we're changing.
Take us out.
There might be a link somewhere. Maybe that's what. Anyways, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, ring the bell to get notifications when we post new videos, and come back for another episode of Ugly Thirds.
How long was that?
We're still recording. I can't see it.
Existentialism.